Hi, I'm Seamless, and this is 40K tutorial 12, and it was requested by Reconmusic on Reddit, and it is a track by this guy named Lifecycle. Never heard of him, but this sounded like a pretty neat bass to do. I didn't quite nail it, but this process is among the ones that I would do when I hear a sound like this. And I think it pretty worked out. So here's the sound that I got. So the sound is a bit two parts of stuff. The first part being the sound itself creating it, but then also the automation plays a big role into how the sound kind of came across. But like I didn't quite nail it, honestly. But I did get it in the right enough direction that I feel like if this was your bag, if this was some sounds that you really want to do, that you could probably get it from here. Anyway, let's talk about what's up. This thing doesn't need to be here anymore. Yay. That's still there because that's okay. No more of that. So what I'm doing is volume automation, and I have two things here. This other thing that I have is just sub. That's kind of going. It's being automated, but very slightly. And in operator one, in mixer one, it's being high passed. And that's being distorted with this interesting sort of wave shape. And what I've done here is that I've used the wave line type, and I put two in here to give it a less than symmetrical sort of look. And just because the color of the sound, it was interesting. And here I've used the convolver, but in the impulse, I'm using a snare. These particular kinds of metallic basses aren't really my forte, but whenever I hear them, I'm always drawn to FM as a process. So what I've done is I have operated one at output 2, pitch ratio 2, and it's being modulated by operator 2 at 16 pitch ratio with a bunch of harmonics. And these are all sine waves. It's set the sine wave. You got the first, the second, and the third and the fourth octave. These are all octaves. And you can get octaves by looking at the dark lines. These are octaves. Like this is not an octave, but this is an octave. So like that's how I determine what octave is what. And I got this, and I messed around with the phase. And the level and the phase of these guys really heavily influence the sound. So some combination of these gets you the results that you're after. And then instead of modulating the modulation, like the actual FM, I left that on. And then my first thought was to modulate the volume from in here, but it wasn't sharp enough. So I'm actually modulating the volume on the wave shaper, the post here. This is because certain volume parameters on certain things have different levels of inherent smoothing in them. And I needed something just a little bit sharper to get the kind of whippy feeling that we got from the original sound. And that's at least my attempts to do so. Yeah. And the sub in this case is just another citrus. I have the first octave and the second octave has the volume automation, but it's also a lot lower. That's what this is. It's volume automation linked to modulator X. And with the smoothing on, because I didn't really want it to be down all the way the whole time. That's kind of what's up with this. There's not much else to it. It's also not as loud as the other thing, just because it's not compressed against anything. It's just by itself. So that's all there is to that. If you want to make a request, the link to the Reddit thread is in the description of this video, where people will make requests, as well as the patch for this, the project for this rather, and the link to the original so you can hear what I was trying to do. If you have any questions about any of this, let me know. And as usual, have a nice day.